Evening. I know what you're thinking. What the hell's this guy doing? It's 10:30 at night. What the hell is he doing? Excuse me. Yeah, I don't expect there'd be many, if anyone, actually watching this. Obviously, it's late. Yeah, I was. What was I going to be doing? I've been watching the snooker, but it's snooker tonight, and then there's a. I was going to be watching a fight between Eddie Hall, who was the, I think 2017 World's Strongest Man, and Mariusz Pudanowski, I think his name is. He won World's Strongest Man 5 times, 6 times, something like that. And they were going to be taking part in an MMA fight, and it was meant to be starting at 10 o'clock tonight. It was only going to be 3 rounds. Um, and apparently the fight was earlier on. So it's yeah, missed it. I'm not going to. I can't imagine anybody that watches this is going to be watching it, but yeah, apparently it was a bit of a disappointment. So I didn't actually miss anything. So I was watching a bit of the snooker, and it was getting a bit dull, and I thought, why don't I do a wee live stream? But I'm not going to be doing any talking. I'm going to be playing some SID music. I'm actually thinking of kind of resurrecting the Sid show. It was a really popular evening, Colin. Really popular. God, listen to me sounding arrogant. It was a good fun stream that I used to do with Panther and Lucosa. Now it kind of ran its course. We did I think we did about seven Sid shows, and then Panther brought it back, but it was never really the same. I think we'd kind of it ran its course. It was a bit like Top Gear or the what the hell would you call it? The Grand Tour. It was one of these things. It had ran its course, and it's time to put it away. Um, but I do, like a lot of people, I do like listening to music. I like listening to SID music, Amiga music, whatever. And sometimes it's just nice. Sometimes it's just nice to. Oh bollocks! I just see that Mark 20th Century Gaming, he's actually streaming at the moment as well. So I do apologise, Mark, if I'm stealing anybody from from yours. What to do is, yeah, you can actually watch Mark and mine's, because mine's is just going to be music. I'm not really going to be doing talking. I'll talk in between. I was originally thinking of making it a request, but then I thought, no, just something a wee bit different. I'm going to start doing these, but I'm just going to concentrate on one artist at a time. And so I'm going to take it right back to prior to hearing the sort of the back catalogue of this guy. Sid music was just shite. It was crap. Really, there was Sid music was garbage. I mean, it was just nobody actually knew that the Sid chip was capable of making decent music. I mean, I think the most impressive music that I heard at the time, early days, would be the loading music on US Gold games. You had like the various Star Spangled Banner and Yankee Doodle Dandy, and then you also had. I'm just like I should do a history of Sid music. There's a good one for me. Um, and then you had the first sort of non-US Gold impressive music I heard would be the loading music to Daley Thompson's Decathlon, by what do you call it, by Martin Galway. But yeah, I had bought myself a modem. I think it was called a modem back then, and it allowed you to connect your Commodore 64 to, I was going to say the internet. I suppose it was the internet of sorts. Um, and it was called CompuNet. And this thing, it was like I can't remember much about it. I'd love for somebody to emulate or come up with some way of still going on to CompuNet. I don't think it's possible. But yeah, it was just like little bulletin boards. You went in and it was just like, it was kind of almost like a Discord interface. you had different like subjects, and then there was comments. But the thing that I went onto it for was you could download. I didn't even know if that was what the term download. I'd never even heard of that before. But you could get yourself. I don't know if there was any mini games as such, but you could download pictures, like JPEG, not JPEGs, artwork, some really impressive artwork, and more importantly, you could download SID music. And there was a guy put out this thing, an album of music, and he's called the Mighty Bogg. Uh, his real name's Graham Marsh, and I downloaded this and I put it onto a disc, and I was blown away. I really was. I know I say that phrase all the time, blown away, but I was absolutely astounded and flabbergasted, um, with the quality of this guy's SID music. It's not the most technically brilliant. I mean, you need to remember it's early SID music. It's not the most technically brilliant compared to like Rob Hubbard and later SID musicians. It was very kind of simplistic. But what he managed to do was encapsulate and reproduce music that was actually in the charts at the time. So most of his music, like I said, it was based on sort of popular music that was out in the sort of mid 80s. So I'm going to let me see what I'm going to do. PC screen. There we go. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. Um, oh, we don't want to look at that. We want to look at that. There we go. I might actually chuck myself in here. Hang on, webcam. Turn myself on. There we go. I can. Yeah, I'm sure you don't mind if I sit somewhere. Let's unlock that. And we'll. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. What's going on here? I'll move myself up here. There we go. I'll sit up there out the road. So yes, I'm just going to play through these now. Yeah, I'm just going to go through them in order. Now the first one that I remember. Let's see. Now I'm using a thing called Deep SID, which is a website, and it's got all the SID music on it. I don't know how faithful this is, how faithful this replicates a SID chip. Um, I'm not that an expert when it comes to things like this, so I know some people have got a better ear for SID music, but as far as I can tell, it's pretty damn good. So yeah, this was one of the first ones I heard, and it was Axel F. And to this day, I still stand by that this is one of the best versions of Axel F that you'll hear. It's maybe been surpassed now, but this came out. When did it come out? 1985. So let us play it. This is by the Mighty Bog, and it's Axel F. Let me know what the volume's like. I'll just turn it up a wee bit. Okay, let's take it away. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's quite simplistic, but I just think the use he really encapsulated the main kind of voice for that tune. I think that's still mega impressive. What I'm actually doing here is I'm looking to see if I can find, because the Mighty Bogg album, excuse me, was it was a disc image. If I can find it, wait a wee minute. Mighty Bogg collection. Right, here we go. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change it and I'm going to use the SID. So, let me just bear with me a second, folks. Yeah, Bog album 1. Let's see if we can find Bog album 2 as well. Bog collection. Well, that just takes me back just looking at that. Right, Bog album 1, Bog. Bog album 2. Right, fantastic. Here we go. Right, I'm going to download Bog album 2 as well. Right, that's good. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the mister on. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Like I said, I didn't know if I was going to get anyone actually watching this. Just bear with me a second. Right, need to get my keyboard up. And then I need to do a quick bit of jiggery pokery. Hope you've all had a nice Saturday. I've been pretty quiet, not done a great deal. Yeah, just hang on. And what we'll do is we'll just put them straight in here. Right, unzip that to here. Okay, and then we want to. What am I doing? Downloads, right? Hang on, I just need to move these across. Just talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds. Move here. Yep, that's fine. You know what? You've got to love the internet. You're looking for something and you just find it. It's such a powerful thing. Desktop, Bog album 1, Bog album 2, upload. Right, okay. Right, folks, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change that to that. Right, what we're looking for? I'm looking for the Mr. Okay. Right, let's hopefully this is going to work. It should work. Right, so what we're looking for is we're going to load disk and we're going to load the Bog album 1. So this was the thing that I downloaded. Let's just do it properly. This is the thing that I downloaded from CompuNet. There we go. Yeah. Okay, right. We've already listened to Axel F. Right, the next one is Big in Japan by. Was it Big in Japan? Was that the group? I can't bloody remember. Anyway, right, let me know if the volume is loud, too loud, not loud enough. Right, we'll go for Big in Japan. A. How's the volume, folks? Is it loud, too loud, not loud enough? Oh, yeah, Alphaville, that's it. Yeah, they do that Forever Young, which seems to be getting played all the time. I'll turn it up a wee bit. How's that? I'm not quite sure if it finishes or it just loops. I'm not sure if that's starting again. I think that might be looping, folks, so I think we'll move on. The next one is the Snowman. How you doing, Craig? Is it actually on at the moment, Greg? What time does it start? What helped was I was a massive Howard Jones and Depeche Mode fan, and also a Marillion fan, so yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't know whether to go back to Deep SID so that we can tell when they finish. You know what, Colin? I've never really listened to Marillion since Fish left. Now I know he's been away longer than the other guy's been a lead singer, but I've never ever got into the new Marillion. Right, sorry for being a pain in the arse, folks. I'm actually going to go back to I'm going to go back to deep SID, deep chord, whatever it's called, deep SID, just so I can tell when it actually finishes. So I'm going to switch off the mister like that, and I'm going to go back. Yeah, that was a schoolboy error. Let's go back to deep SID again. Yeah, it loops, unfortunately. Put that over there. Right, little bit in Douglas. I will be doing these for other, what do you call it, musicians. But tonight is all about the Mighty Bogg. Right, okay. Right, next one is Bach Allegro. Take it away, Bog. No, you can't hear that. I don't think you guys can hear that. I need to put this back onto that. Right, I'll try again. What's interesting, if you look at the active years, he was active for exactly 1 year, and he's never done anything since. He actually commented on one of my videos, can't remember what it was, and I asked if he would like to take part in my channel, but then he just disappeared. Yes, please. Cool, thank you. Hotel chocolate. That's good. He has commented on one of mine as well, Colin, I'm sure. There we go. That was whoop. I think we've listened to Big in Japan as well. Right, next one, excuse me, is going to be Biscuit Barrel. This was on the Bog album 2. I think this is an original piece. Hmm. Yeah, like I says, not every tune that he did was good. But like I says, he was an early pioneer, and he laid the thing kind of foundations for other guys to come along like Rob Hubbard and what have you. That was the original piece. Now I'm looking at some comments there. Someone's saying there one or more voices has been copied to play the exact same notes on top of each other. This is usually a lazy editing technique that just makes it sound louder. And somebody said here, the tune was originally made by someone else and stolen and edited to change or add something, blah 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 blah. Anyway, right, this next one, Chicken Song. If you're of a certain age, you may remember a program called Spitting Images, which was a satirical program that basically took the piss out of anyone famous. It was mainly politics, but anyone who was in the kind of news at the time would get the piss stripped out of them, and it was all these kind of foam heads, and I think it was oh, what the hell's his name? Harry Enfield. He did a lot of the voices for the characters. But anyway, they brought out a thing called the Chicken Song, and Rob Hubbard and the SID Brigade kind of jumped on it. So this is the Mighty Boggs version of the Chicken Song, and it's a comedy song. Quite impressive though. The fact it's using sampled sounds. Right, that'll do. It's pretty makes your ears bleed. So, right, we've listened to Axel F, we've listened to Back Allegro, we've listened to Big Japan, Biscuit Barrel, Chicken Song. Right, this one is Congratulations, which I think I can't remember actually. Let's listen to it. Get me to the church on time. Oh, it's a kind of montage of sort of classicals. That sounds mildly out of tune. So another out of tune. All you need is love, I think. What the hell is that? Yeah, that's just a little kind of montage of little classical tunes. The next one was 1985, again, the Mighty Bogg, and this is his Crimbo music. Oh god, we've got 6 minutes of it. Anyway, we'll see how we go. It's simplistic, but it's in tune, and that's what he did. You know, I mean, like I said, he wasn't technically advanced, but he had an ear for music. Put it that way. Going to admit it. I bet you're tapping your toes along. Ho! Right, I can't actually be arsed listening to that one. 6.5 minutes of Christmas music. No, we'll move on. Right, this next one is called Crunchy Frog, and again, this was from the Bog album 2, and this was 1986. You can tell he's starting to get a wee bit more advanced. Yeah, you can tell he was obviously experimenting with different kind of voices. Yeah, that was Crunchy Frog. Now, this next one, I think this is his only. I think this is the only commercial tune that he did. He did it for Dan Dare, Pilot of the Future. I don't think he did any more. So I was looking at this bit up here, warning tag. So I thought that was applying just to him. No, this is basically saying, yeah, like this one here, the chicken song "Mock." Intentionally bad. The composer deliberately wanted this SID to sound bad. Yeah, this is talking about different tags for. I thought it was relating to just him. It's relating to any sort of a SID tune. Um, oh, Spiny Harold as well. Ah, that was a Firebird game. So anyway, this is Dan Dare, Pilot of the Future. Again, this is 1986. Very short one. Yeah, short and sweet. Now this next one, yeah, there's one and two. I don't know what the difference is. This this SID tune, it's called Death. It's got a one little particular bit that I just think sounds really, really eerie and quite evil sounding. It's just he's used a voice, he's created a voice on the SID chip that just really generates a real feeling of kind of uneasiness. I'm just going to play the original one because I think that would been the one that I heard. I don't know what the difference is. That's 130, that one's... Well, we'll listen to the second one. This is Death. Evening, Dale. Is the fight over, I take it? Nah, you know what? That's not the one I remember. I'm going to play the first one. Death. This is the one I remember. It's coming up. Coming up after this little bit. This is evil. That sound. It does actually. It does sound kind of Paul Normanish. Yeah, that's Death. Wonderful tune. Right, the next one is Detergent. Again, this is on the Mighty Bogg album number 2. What are you talking about, Colin? I turned the volume up slightly, is that what you're meaning? Yeah, there we go. That was Detergent. Now the next one's obviously a bit better known. It's Equinox. Do you want it up slightly more? that's pretty cool. You can actually turn off SID, the actual voices, the channels. That is really clever. Didn't know you could do that. That's clever. You can turn off, yeah, you can turn off channels and just isolate individual ones. This is really, really good. Anyway, that was Equinox Part 4, obviously by Jean-Michel Jarre. And this next one, again, it's an original by Mighty Bogg, and it's called Fatang Fatang. How do you know that, Colin? Did you read something about that? That's interesting. Ah, you're guessing. I'm guessing. Yeah, probably one of his weaker ones, I think. Cheers, Dale. Take care, buddy. Yeah, not a fan of that one. That was Fatang Fatang. Right, the next one again. This is on his SID album, Mighty Bogg 2. This is called Grouting. They're all very original tunes. Yeah, again, not one of my favourites. I certainly think the first album that he did was better than the second one, but it's nice to still listen to these anyway. Right, again, this was on Bog album number 2, and this is called Jethro Walrus. Just looking at the screenshot, Craig, Colin. By the way, thank you very much to everyone that's joined me tonight. I said it was just a kind of on the cuff choice to decision to do this. I didn't think there'd be really anyone listening to it. I'm still going to do it anyway, and then you could have watched it later. But I do appreciate people joining me tonight. And I think I'm going to do more of these, and I'm going to do what I'm doing. Like, I've picked one person tonight. I'm going to do that. I'm going to work my way through all the sort of famous SID musicians. Obviously, the Mighty Bogg is one of the earliest. It's quite basic, a lot of the stuff, but some of his stuff holds a lot of fond memories for me. I used to sit and listen to it constantly in my bedroom back in 1985. I'd love to actually interview him. I'd love to know what he's doing. If anyone has any contacts, please let me know. So yeah, that was Jethro Walrus. Now on to the good stuff. This is absolutely, oh yeah, I'll be doing Martin Galway, Rob Hubbard, Ben Douglas, Joran Tell, all these guys. Yeah, tons and tons. Hey Steve, how are you, mate? Hope you're well, buddy. I hope things are improving for you, mate. I was actually thinking about you earlier on tonight. Yeah, we're just doing a wee cheeky SID stream, Steve. I'm playing Mighty Bogg, who was one of the kind of the pioneers of SID music. So yeah, this one this was on the Bog album one, Kaylee, obviously based on the Marillion, probably their biggest hit, I think it was. So let's take it away. I hope you're well, Steve. I thought it was amazing hearing a version of a record that I was playing all the time. You know, I was a massive Marillion fan. I would play the album all the time, Misplaced Childhood, and then suddenly my Commodore 64 was playing the same tune. It was incredible. Yeah, we're all behind you, Steve. You know that, mate. And never ever hesitate to come over and let us know how you're doing, mate. You've got lots and lots of friends, which you know we're thinking about you. We're behind you, mate. And I know we've said it, and I know you're a stupidly proud guy. But if you need any help when it comes to moving, you just have to ask, and there'll be a squad of us who'll help you move. Don't worry about that. Give you a laugh. You'll never guess what I bought. And because my girlfriend bought one and I had such good fun with it, I bought my own a karaoke machine. Yes, I got it for a good price. The one I bought, it sells for 120 quid on Amazon, and somebody was selling a brand new one for, I think it was 54 quid. Great fun, absolutely brilliant fun. So that was Kaylee, and the next one I've never heard this one before, I don't think. This is called Lecky Test. Interesting. Yeah. Licky taste. Right, next one is called lettuce. Oh, you mentioned that, Colin. What's different about it? Was it just the use of the filters? So I need to run that on. So if I run the T64 in the Mister, would that work? You cheeky bastard. You know, it's quite funny because my girlfriend Lee loves singing karaoke. She doesn't drink, she's never drunk in her life. She'll go to a night out and she'll get up and sing, and she's one of the worst singers ever. She's absolutely tone deaf. But yeah, I had a shot of singing, and she said, "You know what? You're actually quite good." So yeah, you never know. You might get I might put out something me singing. I'll tell you what. Let's right. Let's do what that was. Let's listen to it on the Mister. Right, how do I download that? Okay, download that to there. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to move that over there. Move to desktop. Yeah, we can come out of that. We can come out of that. We can come out of that. I think everybody can sing if they've got the right song. Cheers, Craig. Listen, Craig, I'll touch base with you next week ahead of our meetup next Saturday. All right, cheers, Craig. Right, what am I looking for? We're going to look for Firefox, not Firefox, FileZilla. Just transfer this across. Lettuce, is that what we're looking for? Yeah. And we're looking for games. And we're looking for C64. Right, let me switch it on to Mr. Webcam. Right, so we're going to listen to Lettuce again, done properly. Interesting to see what the difference is actually. Oops. Hey, what's happened there? Let's just do it this way. Oh, hang on. Right, wait a minute. I can't hear that. Why can't I hear this? Can you guys hear that? Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's interesting how, yeah, some SID tunes just they sound different on every single Commodore 64 because it was like an analog. I can never understand the concept behind analog, but yeah, like for example, that tune doesn't sound the same on any SID emulator as it does on real hardware. So anyway, that was Lettuce. Right, how are we doing for time? Oh, we're all right. Next one is a cover of a Depeche Mode song, and it was called Master and Servant. And this again was released in 1985. Evening, Ox. Oh, whoa, it's auto playing. Yeah, that's one of my. I think that's one of his best versions. That Master and Servant. I think it's really pretty faithful to the original. And this next one is this is based on the very first song by Howard Jones called New Song, and I always remember seeing the first time I saw Howard Jones was he was in the broom cupboard with Keith Chegwin on, I think it was Saturday Superstore. Still remember that, and he had the wee guy that does the dancing. So this is a new song. Yeah, again, I think that's a really good rendition of the original. Like I says, it's an early SID tune. It was 1985. I mean, what would that be? 40 years old. That came out 40 years ago. And this was before. Did I get to play Rolling Thunder and the Mister? I didn't, Ox. No, I mean, I don't have it. It's not out yet, is it? I mean, I know Collins played it, but he's got the Patreon thing. I don't pay for Patreon. There's no way to get it, is there? It did. I must admit, I was really happy with how it played. The video that Colin put out, it looks perfect. So I think we've got a bit of, is it a 3 month wait or something before the guy puts it out for being readily available. When I did an update all this afternoon, I did notice it like downloaded our Thunder zip, but it doesn't appear. But I take it there's no way to play it unless you're going to pay for the Patreon thing, which I don't. I pay enough for these things without forking out even any more. So anyway, yeah, that was new song. This next one is Rollover Bog. How much is it, Colin, for the Patreon? Can you send me the details, Colin, how I go about joining that, please? I don't like that. That's a bit too noisy for this time of night. Right, the next one is Roller Coaster. Ah, I never realised that is actually a soundtrack. There's a film called Roller Coaster. Never knew that, but I think that's a great little tune. Right, this next one, Rule the World. This is a particular favourite of mine's. I'm not a huge Tears for Fears fan, but I do think this version of it is really impressive. So this is Rule the World. Yeah, that version really captures the kind of essence of the original. I think that's excellent. Right, okay, that was Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Where the hell did it go? Gone too far. Right, next one, Russians. That's apparently a cover of a Sting version. Don't think I'm familiar with that one. Let's give it a listen. I'll probably leave it, Colin. Yeah, they all add up. It's almost £5 a month. So nah, I'm not that bored. I'll quite happily wait my turn. Thanks anyway, mate. How many games does he actually work on? Right, I don't like that song. Right, the next one is another Depeche Mode cover. Shake the Disease. Again, this came out in his original 1985 album. So, is there a lot of stuff that's out that's not out yet, Ox? I don't mind paying £5 if you're getting a lot. No, I'm not paying that just for one game. I think I'll leave it just now anyway, Colin. Thanks very much, mate. about Steve? You know what, Steve? I'm getting a wee bit kind of fed up with the nice and nasties. I mean, it's not through lack of trying. Trust me. I mean, I've probably agreed. I've probably spoken to, I don't know. I would reckon maybe 10 people, might even be more than that. And they've all said that they're wanting to do it. And what I'll leave it with them. I'll say, well, what to do is let me know. This is when I can do it. Let me know when you want to take part. And then they just don't get back to me. So yeah, I've lost count the number of people that I've kind of arranged to do them, but they just never get back. And I take from that that they don't really want to do it. And for that case, I'm not gonna chase people. I don't, if somebody doesn't want to take part in it, then that's absolutely fine. I'm not going to chase people. But like I says, there's tons of people, probably 10 people, if not more, that have said they're going to do it. They're happy to take part, but they just never get back to me. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. I'm sure it's just like life is taking over. I mean, it's probably worked out well in my favour because I've just had a lot of kind of stuff going on just now as well. But yeah, eh, if anybody that I've spoke to is watching this, and I've asked about the nice and nasty, and you want to do it, get in touch. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. So it's not. I can only do it when people are willing to actually take part in it. Uh, yeah, right. Where are we? That was Shake the Disease. That was by Depeche Mode. Like I said, a lot of these, some people might be tuning in for a bit and thinking, oh, that's shit. The Mighty Bogg was putting out SID music before SID music was even a thing. It was long before Rob Hubbard, and well, I'm saying long before, it was the same year, but it was 6 months before Rob Hubbard or Martin Galway had done any of their stuff, and it is quite simplistic. And listening to a few of them tonight, I must admit, I'm like, yeah, it's a bit rubbish. But you need to remember it was off its time. But this was the first time that the SID chip actually sounded like real music, if that makes any sense. So, right, this next one, this is one of his. Yeah, we definitely want to see you back, Steve. Absolutely, mate. This next one is called Shoe. I have no idea about this one. If it's shit, we'll put it off. Not tonight, Ox. Like I said, this is all Mighty Bogg. I'm planning. Hey, Mark. Sorry I overlapped with your streaming, Mark. Yeah, no, this is purely Mighty Bogg stuff. I'm going to do more of these actually. I don't normally do it on a Saturday night. It just depends. But I'm planning to do one of these, and I'll feature different artists. So there will be a Turn Fallen night. What was tonight's stream, Mark? What was it? What were you playing? I actually tuned in last night just as you were switching. Was it Griffin? I think it is. You'd literally just finished playing, so I'd caught it too late. Right, that was Shoe, which was an original piece, I think. And the next one, we've only got another few to go, guys. The next one is again, it's a cover version of Small Town Boy, which I think was Bronski Beat. I think it was that their first? I don't know if that was their first. It was their first big hit, and then they became the Communards. What's the difference? Filtered and non-filtered. We'll try the filtered one. No idea. Don't know what the difference is. Anyway, this is Small Town Boy, and again, this was on the original Mighty Bogg album #1. Was that the Mighty Bogg album #1, Ox? Yeah, I played that earlier on at the start of the stream, and then I decided to go back to the deep SID because then you can tell when the SID finishes. So I can still listen to stuff like that and enjoy it. Happy days, Ox, wasn't it? I'm really pine for the 80s some days. I pine for the simplicity of the time. Everything was new, life was simpler. Yeah, just better times, wasn't it? Oh, nice one. Nice one, Mark. I'm not familiar with Sam Bender, if I'm being honest. That's because I'm an old bloke. Interesting. It kind of fades out 20 seconds before it's due to finish. Yeah, that was Small Town Boy, and that was a filtered version. I have no idea what the difference is. We've listened to Snowman already. Right, this next one, Spiky Harold. Yeah, according to Colin, this was this used in the game of the same name, I think. This came out in 1986. Flight of the Bumblebee. I think you did a stream of you playing that, did you not, Mark? I'm sure you did one of these 6 months ago. I'm not a fan of that tune, I must admit. Yeah, it's a bit all over the place. A bit random as well. Right, sorry, I don't like that. I don't like that one little bit. Like Spiny Norman. Is that a different tune? Let's listen. It's a fantastic website, this, so great way to listen to SID music. Again, quite experimental sounding. yeah, different. Right, next one. This is called Toonie Poo Basic SID. This is actually a basic program. Oh, let's give it a listen. Interesting. Yeah, right. This next one is also a piss take. Now there used to be a guy called what the hell was he called again? He played the piano out of tune. Not Fred. What was he called again? Harry Seacombe. No, it wasn't Harry Seacombe. Les Dawson. He used to. He was actually a really good piano player, but he had this great act where he would play the tune deliberately, play the piano deliberately out of tune. And this is the Mighty Boggs kind of version. This is the Entertainer. I think this is brilliant. It's deliberately out of tune. It's just pretty funny. So yeah, here we go. It's quite a skill to be able to do that. Well, I could play it out of tune, but I couldn't play it in tune. It's actually really cleverly put together. So yeah, we've got two to go, folks. The last one, or the second last one, is "What Is Love." That was again a cover version of the Howard Jones song. Again, this was released in the Bog album #1. So let's listen, have a listen. Definitely. To be fair, I wanted that kind of hair as well, Mark. I had the mullet. I just had curly hair. Yeah, What is Love by Howard Jones, and that was the cover version by the Mighty Bogg. And the last Mighty Bogg tune tonight, folks, is White Wedding, which is obviously a cover version of Billy Idol. I think this is pretty good, actually. And there we have it. I just want to try one thing before we call it a day. I think, yeah, so if you type in, I'm just having a quick look, Neil Brennan, who did Way of Exploding Fist. So if I go down to, Way of Exploding Fist, I think you've got, excuse me, you can listen to, yeah, so that's one tune. No, wait a minute, how do we get where's the other tunes about? So how do you get the other tunes in? How do you get the other, because there's quite a few different Wave Exploding Fist tunes, so I don't know how you get the rest of them. Ah, there we go, you use that little arrow thing. Yeah, anyway, right, I digress. I'm digging into content for another video. Anyway, folks, listen, yeah, I don't normally do these late ones. I think that's the first video that I've done that's gone over into midnight for a long, long time. Yeah, thanks very much for taking time to join me tonight. Hopefully you've enjoyed listening to that. Like I says, Mighty Bogg, yeah, he was an early pioneer. A lot of the music now sounds not very good, pretty dated, quite simplistic, but it set the scene. It certainly got me into. It made me realise that my Commodore 64 could actually play real music, which was great. And obviously, you know, people he probably inspired other people like Rob Hubbard and Martin Galway and whatever, and the music got better and better and better and better. So yeah, planning to Ox. It depends. I'm planning if I don't do it, I'm seeing my girlfriend tomorrow. Um, so if I don't do it tomorrow night, depends what time I get in it. If I don't do it tomorrow night, I will probably do it on Monday. But I'll let you know. The plan is to do it anyway. So anyway, folks, I'm saying having a good night. It's bloody Sunday morning. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Till next time, folks. As always, thank you very very much for watching.